every other night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGCast episode number 527. I'm your host, Cheapy D, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who ranks The Last Jedi as one of the top 5 Star Wars movies of 2017, Wombat.
That is a fact of 2017. Yes, I will rank it there. It may even be a, I don't even know.
The top one. The top one?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Also, Shipwreck is here, who probably also ranks The Last Jedi as one of the top 5 Star Wars movies of 2017.
I do rank The Last Jedi. We'll get to it. I don't hate it as much as you do, but
I don't hate it as. I don't think anyone hates it as much as Cheapy, but no, I don't know.
No, people hate it more than me.
Yeah, yes, they do. The internet is proof of that.
I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves on this.
Well, we're not talking spoilers yet. That's going to be at the end of the show.
Yes.
Yeah, we are going to do a full-on spoiler talk at the end of this.
Yeah. Here's the site plan, the outline for this week's show. We're going to do our top 5, our favorite 5 games of 2017. Each of us have picked 5, and we need to do at least a 30-minute spoiler-filled discussion on The Last Jedi. At least. Plus, we'll have a little bit of a spoiler-free discussion of The Last Jedi before that, well before that. That's the plan. Those are the things we need to do for our last show of the year.
I like that they're laying it out for the listeners here.
I think that's helpful.
We're going to tell them what we're going to talk about. Then we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to tell them that we talked about it.
Well, we don't want people to stop listening right now because they think we're going to spoil the movie if they haven't seen it yet. So we want people to be well prepared. Also, Cheapy is not going to spoil the new Call of Duty this year either.
I didn't play it. That way, I figured everybody would be safe.
I know who won.
Do you think that's why that last Call of Duty game didn't sell that well? Because I ruined this.
Why?
Because you spoiled it. Yeah,
that really impacted the sales. So there won't be. So yeah, you don't have to worry about the Star Wars spoilers. They will be clearly marked, and they'll be at the very end of the show. So everybody can just relax for the next half hour or so. Because I can't wait that long to really get into it. I don't know. Anybody doing anything exciting over the holiday? Anything coming up? Any big New Year's plans?
I'm going to the Long Island Children's Museum on Wednesday if you want to join us.
There's school on Wednesday.
Next Wednesday?
Ty's away. Ty's going to ski camp next week.
Well, never mind. Have fun with Ty at ski camp.
I will. It'll just be me and Mrs. Chibi.
I understand.
Yes, I will not be at the Children's Museum next week.
Never mind then.
You. What are you eating?
Nothing.
What do you mean?
It was just water.
Oh, okay. Shipwreck, anything exciting going on?
I'm going to celebrate Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah, that's coming up. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Are you expecting any big gifts?
I have no idea, and probably not. I'm kind of hard to shop for, I think.
Yeah, because you just buy it. If you want something,
just buy it. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're also the kind of person that if you got something that was like not on your radar but kind of nerdy, I think you would like it just to have it. Like if you got a dumb Funko Pop of a character that you had a mild interest in, I don't think you'd be upset.
What'd you send me?
I didn't send you anything. I'm sorry.
Okay, just checking.
G.I. Joe toilet paper.
Yeah, exactly. Like that.
Oh, did you hear the big G.I. Joe movie announcement? They nailed down the date.
2020? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think it's March 27th, 2020. Did you guys get your tickets?
I'm good.
We're going to have to all watch that. You realize that?
Hopefully
I saw the date come out and I went, I wish that could have been around E3. That way we could afford EX.
Right.
Because that seems perfect.
Yeah, that's what you want.
I bet the first one would have been good in 4DX.
Bet you Last Jedi would it be good in 4DX.
Yeah, all that sitting around would have been perfect.
All that like stupid dialogue, I could just get like stabbed.
Let's
All right.
let's not get
Oh,
that
sorry.
far. No,
We're not
we're getting
getting
ahead of
into that
ourselves. We said we weren't going to do this.
Right. We're talking about the G.I. Joe movie. Stay on track.
Right.
Stay on target.
Oh,
That's
they
a
say
spoiler.
stay on track is the G.I. Joe version of that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do show feedback.
Sure. 200 STM has to say, and I'm going to do my best to edit this on the fly. Good episode, CAGCast. With the 100-player games that I've been releasing, I was curious if any of you remember MAG on the PlayStation 3, and how it may have been a little ahead of its time. But unfortunately, it tanked, because the servers weren't ready at the time to handle big multiplayer. I hope we can get a Star Wars Last Jedi discussion soon. It looks like there's really mixed views on it. So do you remember the game MAG on the
I played
PlayStation
it.
3?
Massive action game, of course.
Yeah. So it is interesting because that was one of the an early attempt at a multiplayer online only game, and yeah, it kind of tanked.
And A for action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played it.
It
It
didn't
was
do so.
the problem is it wasn't battle royale. It was still
Right.
deathmatch.
It was just a multiplayer game with a lot of people.
right. It was still team deathmatch or capture the point or conquest or whatever you want to call it. The same modes you've been playing. So it wasn't that exciting.
It had some like squad based stuff though, right?
Yep.
Like you had character classes. I remember playing this a little bit. There was like a free trial or something.
Sure.
something.
Yeah, I
It was
have
fine.
vague memories of playing it.
There was like a ground that you ran on, maybe some mountains.
Yes, it had ground. The game featured ground.
Your
Ground.
guys had helmets. I want to say the guys
All
were
right,
helmets.
enough about MAG. Okay, it was fine. It was a fine game. It didn't set the world on fire, but yeah, I don't know. Watch this, bitches. We got there so fast. I love it. I'm so happy. I've been waiting for this for many days now.
You won't shut up about it all day. Like literally,
I was
it's
so
the
happy I
only
made
thing you
it
talk about.
to my Monday 10:30 a.m. showing of it without you two spoiling it for me.
I almost.
We didn't.
I almost
We
did.
did not.
I almost did.
Jimmy came close because he forgets where he should be texting. But no, I was good. I actually, because when I saw the movie, I wasn't going to see the movie, but my wife made play dates for both kids on Sunday. And she's like, you have the afternoon to yourself. Maybe you should see Star Wars. And I said, but I think it's sold out everywhere. And I found the theater actually closest to my house had a 12:30 showing where it basically had one seat left, like one good seat left. And I'm like, well, this is a sign. And I had a movie pass in my pocket from when they screwed up the last time I went to the movies. So I went to the theater. I'm like, I'm going to go to the theater and I'm going to see if I can use my pass. And if I can, it's meant to be. And it totally was meant to be. So I saw it.
Oh, wow.
And then after the movie-
The kids are away. Maybe you should go to see
a
Star
movie.
Wars by yourself. Is that what it was like?
That's basically what happened. Well,
I'll be fucking the gardener.
yeah, no, yeah. Laura was at one of the play dates.
I'll be fucking at the play date.
Yep.
That's
Anyway.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So we went and saw it, and then after the movie, I was able to get all my spoiler talk out of my system immediately because my wife was like, "How was it?" I'm like, "Well, I don't want to spoil it for you." She goes, "I'm never gonna see it, and your kids want to know what happens." So
Oh, wow,
go
okay.
ahead. I'm like, all right, well, this is what happens.
Did you tell them it was
So I
horrible?
got it all
You
out.
told them it was horrible?
It's not a horrible movie. It's far from horrible.
I didn't like it. I'm going to say I know a lot of people liked it, and I'm happy for you. I personally did not enjoy the movie in really any capacity. I don't have a lot of good things to say about it. I thought, I was laughing at times where you're not supposed to be laughing.
Not laughing at times you're supposed to be laughing.
I was a lot of times, and the other people in the theater as well spent a lot of time not laughing when you were supposed to be laughing.
Yeah, the jokes in this movie are bad. the humor is flat out just
flat
out
flat
of
out
place.
flat.
It's flat out. It stands out when it hits, and it's like it's a little marvelly, when they do the humor.
But it doesn't hit, like, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work, but it doesn't work like Marvel.
Right. It's like
weird.
That last Thor movie where some of those jokes did not work, but most of them did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was a great percentage of those jokes worked.
Same with Guardians. I felt the
Same with
way.
Guardians. Like, you're allowed to have like a stinker every once in a while in there.
They're
like,
machine gunning jokes at you in those movies, almost.
Yeah,
Right.
If 9 out of 10 jokes are funny, I'll let the one slide. If 9 out of 10 jokes are bad, you're gonna notice it. I
think I chuckled, like, just kind of like a like once in this movie. Like, all the rest of the jokes just I was okay. But
yeah,
it's weird that we're starting off a spoiler-free conversation at this point about jokes in Star Wars.
Well, there were a lot.
Because it's unusual. Because there were.
Well, I know, but that's just such a weird spot to, like, when you're sitting down to talk about a Star Wars movie. The jokes are not the thing that you think you would start with.
I think it's a good thing to talk about in a non-spoiler discussion, because I don't think that's because you want to talk about the things that aren't good. I mean, there are certain things in this movie that, even though I would say I liked it, I have some real problems with one specific character's story arc in this movie, and I feel like it's different than other people's problems with this movie. And to
we'll
me,
talk about that later.
Yeah, but we'll get to that later. Exactly, we'll get to that later. But I think they did a lot of things in the movie that I liked for the choices they made. I think they may have made that kind of choice too many times, but again, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, I wish I could say something positive.
It was nice to look at.
I mean, it was nice to look at. Although I found that it was very dark, the movie. Like, most of the scenes take place in, like, like ship holds or dark places. Because of course I had another bad viewing experience at a movie theater where the projector was somehow screwed up. And any scene where it was like bright, any outdoor scene or really like well lit scene, you could see in the characters' faces like some weird like clouding.
I would have asked for my money back so fast.
But no. But my point is that there were so few scenes like that it was maybe just a couple minutes out of the entire movie.
All right, I don't. Yeah, I actually got lucky because my theater that tends to screw up everything did not screw this up.
Yeah,
they even brought me my cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
No, normally I would go see. They brought you the cheeseburger. Nice. Normally I would see it at a theater that has reserved seating, and I would know that it was a quality theater. But we didn't buy the tickets ahead of time, and we just went to like the small theater in town. But I knew it was playing in their best theater inside the, in their little building there. But still, yeah, the projector was fucked up. But it didn't matter. It didn't affect I didn't care really, because the movie was so bad. That was the least of the problems. And like I said, it was dark. It was very dark, so I didn't really notice.
It's not that bad.
It was bad. I just don't like.
I didn't notice it being very dark either.
You didn't?
Yeah.
I noticed just because of that, the technical problem that we had with the projector.
There's that whole middle section where it's actually quite bright.
Where are they? Oh, we can't.
I don't want to.
Later. Can we just move on to something else and get back to this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will you watch something else?
Just say if you liked it or not, Chip.
I already said I liked it, and I will go into more details later.
Okay.
I think Shipwreck and I may have liked it, and I think we disliked different things, and I think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I liked it, and like I went with Gretchen, so we went, and it's one of those things like we got out of the theater and we're like, okay, that was okay.
Okay.
Like, and we both really came away from Force Awakens like pretty jazzed and talking about it a lot.
Oh, okay.
And this one, we just kind of, okay.
Mrs. Cheapy and I were looking at each other, throughout the movie. Like, what the fuck? Did that just happen? Like, you kidding me? Like, lame jokes, all that stuff. So, like,
What did Ty think?
Ty thought it was okay. He said he liked it.
Best movie ever.
No, it wasn't best movie ever because I asked him actually yesterday if it was better than Wonder, which is the movie he saw before this, and he said he liked Wonder better. I noticed during the movie he was he was more interested in the popcorn at certain points of the movie.
It's a long movie.
It's a long movie. I just don't think that. I mean, I know. I don't need. There's little doubt. I know that Star Wars is not as important to him as it was to me when I was that age watching these movies. To me, it was a really big deal. To him, it was a good excuse to eat a big bucket of popcorn and have M&Ms.
Is there anything at his age that is important to him movie-wise? Does he have a Star Wars?
For movies, probably not. Maybe books.
No, not books.
Harry Potter, he hasn't
I think
seen.
I think it's just when Star Wars was its thing back in the 70s, early 80s, there wasn't anything else to compete with it.
Oh yeah, nothing like it.
Right, there's nothing like it. Like now, you get a sci-fi adventure film every month at least.
Right. Yep, totally. I get it.
No, you're not wrong. It's just it's very interesting, and it's something I'm trying to relate to with my own children. Like, what is their thing? I mean, Elliot is only 6, so it's not really like he's.
It's not fair to expect much.
Yeah, he's not quite there yet. But Sabrina is, she's 9, and when I was 9 years old, I had seen. I had seen Ghostbusters in the theater by then. I had seen Back to the Future by then. I had seen, basically the movies, Indiana Jones, 2 of them.
Yeah.
And those were big things for me, and they kind of, shaped my personality, and for better or worse. And she doesn't really have those. Like, her favorite movie of all time is Pixels.
Okay. Well, the difference there too, I think, is that's good.
But you should get her the PS4
There's so many
theme.
more. Right. It's really good actually. That's what I use. There's so many more kids movies now too, though, that kids don't go see those movies necessarily.
No, and they don't.
Right? Like, I mean, every 2 weeks you have a new kids movie coming out.
Also, I think is an interest. I don't think her interest is really. She's not really a movie person, so it's not like I'm going to force it on her.
Sure.
So
it's just they're not as.
Emmeline's still really into Star Wars, so.
Yeah, see, Sabrina's like take it or leave it with Star Wars. She likes DC stuff, but the DC movies just haven't really been that good. She really liked the movie Clue. We watched that. We talked about that, but
Yeah. It's just, I mean.
You should get her Zelda Clue.
She has the collector's edition coming.
Of Zelda Clue?
No, of Clue, with like the fancy silver box Clue.
Should get her the Golden Girls.
What about if it had Zelda in it?
With no Zelda in it, no.
I don't know.
So what's this other movie?
Oh, it's a Netflix series called Mindhunter. And it's very good. It takes place, it's a drama that takes place in early 80s, late 70s. And it's about the FBI basically discovering the concept of a serial killer and how that sort of came to be. And it's
Sounds fun.
No, it is. It's actually, the jokes are funnier than Last Jedi, for sure. Everything about it is better than Last Jedi, actually. It's not depressing. It's not like most modern shows on Netflix and Hulu or wherever. It is violent. It's sort of over the top violent. Like they'll show you graphic images of these crime scenes, which is like so unnecessary, but they do it because they can, I guess.
Well, it's what people want, apparently, because these are all the shows that people like.
Yeah, people like the show. It was a big deal. A lot of people are talking about the show, which I thought it was going to be too much for me, which is why I sort of stayed clear. But we've been running through all our shows, so we started watching Mindhunter, and we're like 3 episodes in. It's a good show. It's not depressing. It's disturbing, but it's like a historical drama in a way, even though it takes place in the 80s. I recommend it. I think it's really good.
I hear the 80s are really hot right now.
So hot. It was either that or watching The Punisher, and I can't really bring myself to watch The Punisher.
I haven't gotten very far in that. I wanted to, and then I just kind of
try Mindhunter. I think it's got a Silence of the Lambs vibe, but funnier and more sex and nudity and relationships.
All right. I tried to watch that whatchamacallit,
the cat movie?
the Bigfoot special, the Bigfoot special that they added the Bigfoot documentary they added to Netflix, thinking like, okay, it's available for download. Hopefully it's dumb enough to hold my attention for an hour and a half on the train. Like, that was my thought process. I made it maybe 20 minutes, and it was a long 20 minutes. It is the worst. Like, even for a Bigfoot documentary, it's bad.
What are you watching?
Stuff I can download.
There's got to be better quality stuff out there.
Maybe Mindhunter is downloadable. I'll check it out.
See, when you say you didn't hate The Last Jedi, I think about this.
I just said I didn't like the Bigfoot special. I said it's bad, and I'm recommending that people don't even bother.
Okay. Well, you got a point there. I would just sort of skip past the Bigfoot special. I would say,
well, it was. I
Bigfoot
went to
is
Netflix.
kind of like a dumb topic. I would maybe just watch this.
It's dumb because but just because it's dumb doesn't mean it's not fun or enjoyable.
Okay. You know what? You're making some sense.
And I go on my Netflix, and it was like, they have the alert to let you know what's new.
Since you liked Harry and the Hendersons.
It's like, and the alert was, because I like documentaries. It was, here's a Bigfoot documentary that's brand new.
Hey, Wombat.
I'm like, what?
Check out this Bigfoot documentary.
And I'm like, what the hell? I'm here, you're here. I'm not wearing any pants. You're not wearing any pants. Let's check it out.
Oh, boy. Mm-hmm. Hey, Knuckle Dragger. Why don't you check out the show on Bigfoot?
You got me pegged.
Yeah. Where are we here? We're done. We're past Watch This, bitches, until we get to our Last Jedi spoiler-filled discussion at the end of the show.
Are we in the new releases?
Oh my God, we gotta get moving because
we gotta get. There are no new releases.
Ukulele came out for the Nintendo Switch.
Good.
So many Nintendo Switch releases this week.
And every indie game that wasn't out for Nintendo Switch is out. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I've been playing this Gora Goa game.
It's supposed to be art.
Sure, there's art in it.
I mean, the quality of the game is supposed to be so high that it's basically art.
It reminds me of, so it's at $5. I've been playing it on the iPhone. It's $15 on Switch. It looked like it's a lot of touching the screen, so it looked like something I would rather play on iPhone, and it was $10 cheaper.
Yep.
It reminds me. Do you remember that game? It was like a detective type game where you were doing little scenes on the iPhone. What was that game called?
I remember that game.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I played that game even.
Yeah. This is a similar
Hotel Dusk
type.
No.
It was like you were.
I remember. That's what I thought he was talking about.
No. This is totally different. So Gora, it doesn't really explain what it's about, but like a picture will be on the screen, and you can like click on it and interact with certain things, and then you can like. It's basically 4 tiles on the screen, and you can like take that and expand it down to one of the other tiles, and like half the picture comes with it. And it's a bunch of just like puzzle solving where there's not like a whole lot of direction, but it just keeps like kind of unfolding itself. Kids trying to get some apples or something.
Right.
Yeah, it's art. You're right.
Well, but you don't love it like it's fine art, gaming art.
I like it because it's unique, and it's definitely more than like I'm still playing that amazing Katamari, fantastic Katamari, whatever amazing, it was called. Yeah, and I'm still playing that like any iPhone game that gives you like the recharge time, and you play for like a minute while you're pooping and then put it away. This is more of a like I'm sitting in bed at night, just gonna do a little puzzling before I go to sleep.
Yeah, all right. I was thinking about checking it out. I probably will.
Yeah, I think it's worth checking out, definitely, especially like the $15 on the Switch. I don't understand where that extra $10 is going.
Right.
So I would suggest just getting it on the phone because there's no real reason not to.
Okay.
Anything else here? Just looks like
nah.
a bunch of indie games on the Switch, and
Nope.
that looks like a Japanese word. What's that game on PC there, GB?
Holy moly, this one?
Yeah.
Nah, that's too many letters.
Oh, you mean Hibikake Yuro Rono Kiseki?
That's like 20 letters. 30, 25 letters maybe.
Hibikake Yurono Kiseki.
That's pretty good. All right, let's.
With a period at the end, apparently, too.
Yes.
All right, we done?
We're done.
All right, let's. How about
See you next week.
How about a word from our friends at Harry's? Now's the perfect time. Harry's a great sponsor for all of 2017. Thank you, Harry's. So what is Harry's? Harry's is all about a great shave at a great price. And that's why over 3 million guys have switched to Harry's. Harry's was started by Jeff and Andy, two guys who were fed up with paying high prices on razor blades at their local drugstore. So they bought a razor blade factory in Germany and start cranking out their own blades. And they sell them direct to you at half the price. I know that I love the sharpness of Harry's blades and the quality of their accoutrements. What would you call those, Wombat? Those, like the shaving balm and the post-shave balm. What would you call that?
Can I just call that awesome?
No, I mean, there's a word to describe, like, bombs.
Yeah, sure. Lotion, salves,
Why am I asking Wombat for
shaving accessories.
the right word? Maybe. Anyway,
Oh.
they're all great. Everything you get from Harry's is great. And as a special offerer, they'll. No,
And I have problems with words.
Right.
I have the best words.
I jinx myself by saying that for sure.
Mhm.
If you go to harrys.com/CAG right now, they'll give you their trial shave set for free when you sign up.
It's a good deal.
It's pretty good. All you got to do is just pay for shipping. That's harrys.com/CAG. You'll get a $13 value for free. You'll get a free razor blade handle and Razor 5 precision engineered blade razor blade, rich lathering shave gel, and a travel blade cover. To get your free trial set, just go to harrys.com/CAG right now. That's harrys.com/CAG. Thank you, Harry's.
Boom.
Boom. Let's do our favorite 5 of 2017.
Our fave 5 of 2017.
Not the top games of 2017, our favorite 5 of 2017.
Yep, the games that we played and enjoyed and told our friends about.
Yes.
Who's going first?
Shipwreck.
Shipwreck.
I'm going to
what
go
was
first. Okay.
Number
What was
5.
your
Number 5.
Let me hit
5.
Okay.
Did you hit what? What'd you say?
I have. I whittled my list down to 6 games.
Okay.
And decided I would just do a random number generator to determine which one I.
You can do
in
an
what order.
honorable mention. One honorable mention.
Okay. Well, I'll figure out what that is at the end when one of them doesn't make the cut.
Right.
So it looks like my number 5 game of the year favorite game of the year is Golf Story. For this Nintendo Switch. I talked about that quite a bit.
2 episodes at least.
Yeah, because it's a long game. It's like I think it took me like 20 hours to beat it. And it was an enjoyable 20 hours. I never felt like it was a slog.
Nice.
Clever writing, like good progression, like all the different courses are very varied.
Is the ending sad?
So exciting! You're yawning in the middle of your description of it. I can't wait.
I didn't yawn.
All right.
I took a breath because I was just
Breathless.
speaking so fast. Yes. The ending, it's good.
good.
The ending is good. There's lots of little extra stuff in there as well. I never tried the multiplayer. That's in there as well. I don't know. It was a good value.
Cool.
Excellent. All right, Cheapy, you're up. What was your fifth favorite game of 2017? Number 5.
So you're gonna yell at me for choosing this because you're gonna say
I won't.
You're gonna say I'm not allowed to choose it.
Okay, what?
But I played so much of it in 2017 that
So much of what?
of Overwatch.
Oh, I'll allow it.
I mean, they kept the game fresh, more new characters, new game modes. I know it didn't come out this year, but it was my most played game on Xbox, according to...
Well, it was in early access last year, right?
No.
Yeah, that's it. It's fine. We'll let it go.
I mean, I played so much of it, and I still play I still play it. I mean, what can I say? I like it.
Nothing. Good for you.
It's fun for the whole family. All right.
Well, it's funny is you picked your most played game on the Xbox as your fifth favorite game of 2017. I also picked my most played game on the Xbox as my fifth favorite game of 2017, but it's a very different game. It is Mass Effect Andromeda. I may be the only person that puts this on any type of list.
Right.
I think it was on some types of lists.
Yeah. I don't get me wrong. That game has some serious problems, but I also played about 80 hours of it,
Right.
finished it, and it does do some things right. The combat is enjoyable. The RPG elements are enjoyable. The biggest problem that game had was it just was the mission structure, the quest structure, because there would be quests that were really 2 minutes long that had 3 minutes of load time stuck in the middle of them.
Quality.
If they had somehow were able to have streamlined that, it may have actually done a lot better, and people may have enjoyed it more because it would.
I think its biggest problem was the ending of Mass Effect 3.
Right, I'm sure it didn't help either, and the fact that it was a rush job, and there was, this game had a lot going against it, and when you see everything that it had going against it, the fact that it gets as much right as it does for a game of its size is pretty impressive. So I put it down as my number 5 favorite game of 2017. Time for number 4. Number 4.
4.
Okay, Chibi, you're up. What's your fourth?
All right. My fourth favorite game of 2017 is South Park, The Fractured Butthole. Butthole.
Nice.
I mean, Fractured Butthole.
Butthole.
I finished it. It took me about 20 hours, maybe a little less. But I really enjoyed the game a lot. I thought the story was very funny. The writing was great. It really felt that like I was in a 20-hour-long South Park episode, and that I was controlling the characters. It was a very high-quality product, I thought. My only complaint was the buddies. There's like a buddy system in the game where you're basically summoning your friends to solve these very simple puzzles, but they're sort of time consuming because you got to summon the guy and then you got to watch his animation and do these things. It gets a little tiring towards the 20-hour mark. But other than that, I thought it was just extremely well done, and I would recommend it to any fan of South Park.
Sounds good. I'll go next.
Number
4. So it's funny because I'm looking at my list and I feel like I want to change it at the last minute and swap it out. But I think I'm going to do like a double. I'm going to have a tie for 4th. Because I put down...
It matters this much.
Exactly. It does not. Because the rules don't matter. It's our list and we can do whatever we want. So tied for 4th, I have... And again, because it may not count, we'll see how the reaction is. I put down Forza Hot Wheels.
Right. The expansion.
Because it's an expansion, but it's so different from the rest of the game. And I played a good chunk of it with my son, and we had a good time. So I put that on there because it's so cool.
I mean, if I can say Overwatch, you can say the Hot Wheels expansion.
Hold on. I'm penciling in Cubert.
I mean, it's not like the rest of the game at all. It's completely different. It's Hot Wheel tracks come to life in a exciting video game way. They have some Hot Wheel stylized cars. It was just so cool and such a novel idea and a nice departure. Yet in an arcade, making an arcade racer more arcadey is never a bad thing for me, and I had to put it on the list somewhere.
Nice. Yeah, no,
but
it's good.
Yeah. My other honorable mention at the number 4 slot.
Wait. So do you have a number 3 as well?
Yes.
I'll have a number 3 as well. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. There's the top 3 games are they're big. So I can't, so it's like everything below the top 3. It's like, this would really be like my number 6th honorable mention. And that's going to be Lego Marvel Heroes 2. Which, I played.
What's the Lego game that released this year?
Right.
Yeah, it's
Made the list.
It's a very good Lego game. If you enjoy those kind of games, you're not going to be upset with it. I played through the entire game co-op with Sabrina, and it's the first time we actually played the whole game together co-op. And we finished the story together. We're still unlocking characters because there's over 200 characters in the game, which when you look at something like compared to like a Lego Dimensions where you had to buy all the characters, getting 200 characters with your purchase price that you don't have to collect is kind of cool. So
I'll buy it when it's cheap.
Yeah, exactly. You'll buy it when it's cheap. You'll enjoy it. It's got some fun little elements to it. The open world is fairly large in it, and I am going to put it as my honorable mention before we hit our big top 3s. And Shipwreck, what is your number 4?
My number 4 is Ukulele. I similar to you, I played a lot of that with my daughter. So she enjoyed playing it, watching me play, and I know it's not like the perfect game, but it does a really good job of recreating like that N64 era of platforming. So, and I enjoy that.
I get it.
Yeah, go get it. It's really cheap.
I have it.
Very perfect.
I haven't played it, but I have it.
Great. I have that Mass Effect game too.
And you haven't played it, so
Same.
We're all terrible people. Number 3. I guess I have to go first this time.
Sure.
Right? All right. My number 3 game for 2017 is a little game called Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey?
It's also my number 3.
Nice.
Yeah. That game is a lot of fun. That game is as enjoyable a Mario experience I think as one could have. It has charm out the wazoo. If you don't play that game and smile, then you are probably dead. It was a great game to play for me. It was a great game for my kids to play. It was a great game for us to all sit together and play. It brings back memories while doing something new, which is not a small compliment to give that game. I hope they make another one before the life cycle of the Switch is over.
I hope they make another Super Mario game.
Well, I hope they make like another Super Mario Odyssey style game before the end of the Switch's life cycle. Which, yeah, I think that's a pretty big ask.
I think that is a big ask.
Yeah, I know.
Obviously, this was a Wii U game that they took forever to get out.
Yeah. So.
Again, Emmeline just wants to play that nonstop, which I mean is just watching me play it.
Yeah.
But we're right at the end of it. Like we're just getting ready to fight Bowser. But I'm still mixed on the art style of this game, though. That's what holds it back from going higher for me. Is just that some of the art style choices, and I know it's on purpose, but some of them are just off-putting to me and not pleasant to look at.
I get that. I think they tried to make everyone look so different on the different planets that may not always work. But I think the pluses far outweigh the minuses.
That one really bright world near the end, that one is a pain to look at to me.
Yes. Sorry.
That's okay. I mean, it's still my number 3 favorite game of the year.
I know, which is a pretty big compliment. Chibi, what is number 3?
Number 3. Number 3 is Destiny 2.
Now, do you want to talk more about that, or do we want to table it because I feel like someone else in the room has it much higher on their list?
Right. Well, you don't have it on your list?
I do. Just not at number 3.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just say, look, I haven't played any of the new content that just came out. But I played so much of the base game that I got up to 290 something, and I didn't play really any of the first Destiny game. I know that a lot of people the hardcore players have some problems with the game. I sort of stopped playing when I got up to like the high 290s because I don't know, why did I stop playing?
It's what you do.
It's just, I put in, I don't know, I must have put in 30 hours at least.
Oh, at least.
More,
no, you
right?
put in
More
way
than
more.
that.
Way more, right?
Way
60,
more than that.
60 hours maybe?
Probably.
Possible.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a great game. I'm going to wait, though, I think, on buying the content to see how it shapes up.
Yep, that's my number 2 game. So
Okay.
it's basically everything you said, except I got not the high 280s, not in the low 290s.
I kept going farther than you, I think. I kept playing after you stopped.
But again, that shows a commitment to that game and the enjoyment of that game, and that there was a lot of the first Destiny, and I played a lot of the first Destiny that I wasn't too keen on, and this game kind of solves that in the sense that I could come home and I could play that game for 45 minutes and just kind of get my shooter fix out of it and enjoy that and enjoy what the game had to offer. And it's a very good shooter. It's got, it's very comfortable in that realm.
Yeah.
I know that there's a lot of people that have a lot of problems with the game, and I think the people that have a problem with that game are the people that really take it a lot more serious than probably the 3 of us.
Those are the people that's the game that they play, I think.
Yeah.
Like that's their game.
For them it's as much a platform as it is a game.
Right.
And I understand that frustration. So if you're angry that we like it so much, I just, we get why you don't like it that much. It's just those aren't the concerns we have when playing a game.
Right. I got my money's out of my money's worth.
Exactly.
For sure.
We just, yeah.
For sure.
So
should I just go ahead and say it's my number 1?
Yeah, well, we knew it.
Yeah.
We knew that.
I played that. I bought a TV for that. Gretchen and I played that like every night for like 2.5 months.
It's pretty
We've
solid.
taken a little bit of a break since we have not played the DLC at all either.
Since you remembered you had a second kid.
Right. Well, we should do something about that.
He looks hungry.
No, actually, it's because the Emmeline has been like waking up around like 11 p.m. at night and needing one of us, and that like hits right at the time where we would be getting into Destiny pretty hard.
Right. Really? That's what time I'm getting ready to hit the pillow pretty hard.
Well,
That's-
once you get
that's
2
how
kids
kids
to
work.
bed, and yeah,
you remember you had those times once. It's just you're past it.
yeah.
Right.
But no, I like GP. I did not enjoy Destiny 1 at all, but just something about this where it's just easy to sit down and play it for an hour and a
It's
half.
so playable and it looks really good. The art, I love the art.
Yeah, it looks really good. There's a good, I think what helped and got like Gretchen to be wanting to play it in co-op was that it had a decent story, like a good enough storyline in the campaign to begin with. And then once you're into that and into the loot, I mean, we never play online multiplayer like competitive games, but we're in there because we have to be, and it's not so bad.
Right.
So
All right.
yeah,
That's
I see plenty of faults in the game.
Yep.
It's by no way the best game,
right.
but
Yeah.
extremely playable and extremely enjoyable.
Yeah.
So what's your number 2? Number 2!
My number 2 is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
But that game is crap!
Crap.
Still number 2.
Yeah, it is number 2.
It's just Wombat. You and I just make fart noises and poop noises as Shipwreck talks about.
It'll be like, we need that music, the Jurassic Park music from the No Man's Sky.
It's a great game. I understand that you guys, it didn't click with you guys.
Right.
But just the amount of creativeness that you could like just go out and do whatever you wanted to in that game was pretty phenomenal.
My Switch says I played 20 hours of that game, and I don't believe it.
I bet you did.
I really gave that game a shot.
That's fine. I mean, not everything has to be for everybody.
No, it does not, and I'm okay with that too. I should preface that. I think it's fine that you love that game. It's okay.
I don't even know that I love it. I just think it was my time with it, which I think I spent, I don't know, 60 something hours with it. I did not love it so much that I wanted to do all the extra, like go and find everything. Like I definitely like loved it. Got to a point like, all right, let's go kill Ganon. And I just like booked it right to the top of the castle. But like everything, just the open world there's just like so many little secrets buried in it. I certainly wish it had better storytelling and all of that, but are you one of the characters talking?
Weep, boop, weep, boop, boop, boop. Beep, boop, beep. You sound like Itchy and Scratchy.
What was your number 2, Wombat?
Well, we already said it was Destiny 2.
I didn't go yet. Mine was Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay,
I remember
that was
that
one
game.
of my honorable mentions.
Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic
That's
game.
a very good game. That would also be an honorable mention for me as well.
Yeah.
Right, probably higher on my list if I would have finished it.
That is exactly where I am.
I finished it.
Really dense game.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. The thing is, you wind up not doing the main story, even though the main story is good and very well done. But it's fun just to kill the robot dinosaurs, and there's a lot of side missions and opportunities to just kill robot dinosaurs. So you can get hung up very easily. And
I like we've talked about it before. Like I'm big on icons on a map.
there's a lot.
I think in clearing them off, I think this game would have benefited from not having that system. That all that stuff could have still been there, but not knowing that it was all there would have helped.
Yeah.
Like you could have done what you found and not felt like I know it's my issue that I'm going to have to go chase these things.
It would keep the story moving too a little.
Right. It would keep me like going forward instead of like spending. I spent a long time on this game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I at least put 20 hours in, I'm sure. It's just in that first area for the most part.
Yeah. Yep. Horizon Zero Dawn, number 2. So that's everybody's number 2, right?
Yeah. We're up to number 1.
Number one. Shipwreck. You went already.
I did.
Wombat.
It was still Destiny 2.
Yes. My number 1, much to everyone's surprise, is Injustice 2.
2.
Injustice 2.
Tell me about the loot boxes.
I'm telling you, that game scratches so many itches for me. It ticks so many boxes. We all know my feelings on DC comic book characters. I have a slight DC fanboy. It's got Batman in it. It's got Superman in it. It's got weird ones like Dr. Fate and Swamp Thing in it. It is a gorgeous game to look at. The facial animations in that game are maybe the best facial animations I've ever seen in a game. I've played it every day since I've had the game, which I think is in June. I'll do like a quick 3-round multiverse mission just to, like Shipwreck said, I'll get a couple of loot boxes and I'll open them up and I'll put a new hat on someone. And I'm like, yeah, Red Hood's got a new hat and Red Hood looks awesome. Right before we did this show, I did a 5-round thing. I was finally able to get my Red Hood to level 7 and put my level 7 gear on him, and he looks awesome. I should have more level 20 characters by now. The fact that I only have 3 is kind of sad. It was a game that I was able to play with Sabrina, so that also gives it a little uptick. The downloadable content has been interesting. The extra, the added characters, and there's still 2 more characters to come, and one of them is all 4 Ninja Turtles. There's a lot about this game that's exciting and fun and that keeps you going. I've been doing that. They have a holiday event going on right now, and that's been interesting. And again, it's just, the game is a lot of fun, and you can play it for, you play it for 15 minutes a day. I come home, I finally have the kids to bed. I could play something for 15 minutes where I'm Batman and I get to punch someone in the face for 15 minutes. That's a good way to wind down.
That's good shit. All right. Injustice 2.
Injustice 2. It's on sale right now on all consoles.
All right. What do you got? You're a Warner Brothers stockholder?
I get a kickback every time. No, I want more people to join my guild on the Xbox. Join my guild.
Didn't even know that was a thing. All right.
Yeah, there's guilds, and if you join my guild, I get boxes and coins and things.
I should buy this on Xbox just so I can play against you online and just destroy you.
You could. I actually played my first round online ever tonight.
Was it brutal?
No, I won.
What?
I know. I'm as surprised as you. The guy quit immediately after I won.
He probably
asked you, do you want a rematch?
He threw the game in the garbage.
Like, no.
Right in the garbage.
Yeah.
He's like, I've learned all these combos, and this guy just spammed low kick.
I used my level 20 Superman, who has pretty intense gear, and he has because you could also unlock new moves, like actual new moves for your characters. And I have one where Superman takes a giant boulder and throws it at the guy.
Right.
And I was able to pull that off twice.
Right.
And that was pretty much... But I think the best thing about this game also for Shipwreck is they're going to use a lot of the things that work for Injustice in the next Mortal Kombat game. And I'm also now really excited for the next Mortal Kombat game.
Good.
Yep.
Get over here.
Get over here.
All right.
I'm very interested to see all the different Scorpion outfit stuff they're going to throw in that game. That's going to be fun.
All right. My number one pick for my favorite game of 2017 is PUBG. I played a lot of PUBG this year.
But that game is garbage.
Game is kind of broken. Actually, I just downloaded the latest drivers for GeForce cards, and I had perfect performance. And I played a match. It seemed like 60 frames per second. I was playing in first person mode, but whatever. It was perfect. Anyway, I mean, I was playing today on Xbox One, and it's on the One X, and it's still, it got a little better after the latest update. It's still got a long way to go for sure. Like a long, long way to go. That being said, I made it to number 3, and I had 6 kills, and I swear, by the end of the match, my heart was racing, my palms were sweating. It was really intense, and there's just not many games that can give me a heart attack like that. And that's PUBG, and that's why I picked PUBG as my favorite game of 2017. Boop. That's it.
Awesome. We did it.
We did it.
We all have all 3 of us have different favorite games.
That's fun.
I think that's interesting.
Sure.
And, only one of us had a favorite game that even made our other lists. And that was Shipwreck's Destiny.
Yeah, only one.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I win.
Has Shipwreck even played Injustice 2? Do you own it at all?
No.
I don't know.
Later.
I played it at Cheapy's like two rounds.
Yep, I remember.
All right, come on. We're wasting time. We have to
right.
So let's wrap this up now so we can move on to our spoiler-filled Last Jedi talk.
We're ready to end it.
Okay.
So let's get to the end.
So let's just thank our listeners for listening to us through 2017 and probably a lot longer than that. And our sponsors, Harry's and HelloFresh especially, who really were great sponsors this year. Hopefully we'll see them next year. And follow us on Twitter at GBD, at New Wombat, at Shipwreck, at Video Game Deals. Facebook.com/ebassgamer. And I think that's it. Stay tuned for our Last Jedi spoiler-filled discussion. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Bread's done?